Hi there, it's Margot with the Safeway Workplace Safety and HR Consulting here to have a quick toolbox talk with you on communicable disease plans. So, as you transition your COVID-19 plan over to the communicable disease plan, encourage dialogue with your staff on the ways to prevent the transmission of these diseases in the workplace. So, what are some ways that you can take to prevent the spread? Well, making sure that you understand the risk, right? Preventing these diseases involves taking these ongoing measures to reduce the risk and implementing new additional measures when advised to do so by the public health during periods of elevated risk. So you remember those Dr. Henry updates? Yeah. So you're going to keep your eye out for those updates again during the times of elevated risk and take the necessary steps as recommended. So support your employees in getting their vaccinations for COVID and other vaccine preventable conditions. And we turn around, we maintain our physical distancing. You're going to talk with your managers and your staff and see what kind of roles can be performed remotely. And that way you can have less staff on site at the same time. So do your morning health checks. So that's why when you have your workers confirming with their supervisors that they're not experiencing symptoms such as fever, chills, coughing, diarrhea, and for those that are requesting for them to go home until the symptoms have passed. So maybe that might be the opportunity that you'd be able to offer them to work from home if it's possible until they feel better. And hand hygiene, so making sure that you've got your hand washing stations and or your hand sanitizers for staff to use, and post signage up so that way it reminds staff that they need to wash their hands for a minimum of 20 seconds with soap and water and cover their mouth when they're sneezing and coughing. So signage is great, especially for the protective measures as well too, for maintaining distancing, using your floor stickers if you have those, so that way people know where they can stand safely, so that way they have that distance. And making sure that you've got a clean site, right? So making sure you've got your routine for cleaning and disinfecting that's appropriate for you and your site. And don't forget those high touch spots like the doorknobs and the light switches and your desks. So another measure you can take is to ensure that your HVAC, so your ventilation, is regularly maintained and it's functioning as designed. And for those sites that don't have direct control over the ventilation system, maybe you could open up a window and encourage airflow where practicable. So finally, monitor the workplace and update your communicable disease plan as necessary, right? So continually evaluate, update it to reflect the changing risk levels and such in the work practices, and use and involve your joint occupational health and safety committee in identifying and resolving those safety issues. Perform site inspections and have some ongoing supervision, so that way you can make sure those measures are working properly, they're being followed, and they're maintained by your workers. And update your measures, practices, and procedures as necessary, and ensure your workers have the proper training they need, so that way they know what to do and how to prevent the transmission of these communicable diseases. So if you have any questions or you need some help in regards to your plan, give us a call over here at the Safeway, 778-345-5984.